Gorgeous ladies, I am so glad that you have decided to join me today for some magic tricks on how you can disguise your tummy. Yes, you heard it right. There are some magic tricks, and today I'm going to share with you my top most important trick. Now, first of all, let me just say that if you are the kind of woman who is completely and utterly happy with your tummy and you feel no need to cover it, you go, girl. That is awesome, and I'm so happy for you. For the rest of us, keep watching. I'm one of those for the rest of us. But I think that it's really important to understand that when I work with women, and I have been styling women for over 20 years, I styled all different shapes of body sizes, etc. What I have found is that when we wear the clothes that suit our body shapes, oh my goodness, it can completely transform our relationship with our bodies. We can love the bodies we have in the life stage that we are in. So that is my passion, and that is the place that I'm sharing it from. I'm not saying you mustn't love yourself. Yes, I think we need to come to terms with who we are. We need to love who we are. Yay for that. Clothing makes it much easier. Let me tell you, so much easier. Okay, so I have a lot of tips on how to disguise the tummy because, like I say, I've been a personal stylist for 20 years, but today I'm going to share with you the basic overall principle, the thing that is the most important thing to remember. And then if you find that really helpful, then later on in the video, I'll tell you how you can learn more and learn how to implement these tips for your body shape, because no one thing is going to work for everybody. Although this particular tip, this overall kind of approach to covering up your belly or disguising your tummy, yes, this is going to work for everybody, but how that looks is going to be different. So I will tell you a little bit later. So don't get discouraged if you hear this and you think, oh no, that doesn't work for me. There's no way that's going to work. Well, yes, it can. It's just about learning how. Got you? Got me? I hope so. Okay, so the biggest mistake that we as women make, and listen, it's a very easy mistake to make. I make it also. I have a tendency to make it sometimes. But the biggest mistake that we can do as women is to wear big and baggy clothes in attempt to cover up especially what's going on here. It actually goes for any part of our body that we're trying to cover, because let me tell you, when we try and cover it, it actually makes it appear bigger. We don't want that. We want to learn to love the parts of ourselves, even that we're not so crazy about. So covering it up and attempting to cover it up actually doesn't work. But what's the alternative? So in a lot of cases, we've heard things like, oh, wear skinny jeans and wear a big baggy top over it and that's going to work. Or, oh, wear something really shapeless or kind of very oversized and that's going to work. But actually that doesn't work, ladies. And I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to share with you now. Let me just see how this works. Yes, there we go. Okay, so this is an example of a makeover I did quite a few years ago. You would have seen it in the thumbnail advertising this live. This is Jacqueline, and listen, have full permission to use her photograph, so don't worry about that. But you can see in the before photograph that she is really trying to cover up her belly. Now, this is also important when you are busty girls. Often what happens is we get this cocoon-like type of thing going, and then it just makes everything look bigger. See, this is the thing. It can make everything look bigger. So what the alternative is to wear things that give you shape. Okay, so before you start freaking out and before you start saying to me, yes, but Tracy, for me, it's different because of XYZ, hear me out. What it's about is it's about defining your waist. Now, where is our waist? Because I think we've become a little confused about where our waists are, with hipster pants and then the high-waisted pants and then the mid-rise and then where is my waist really? And what I have found is that many women think their waist is here. Okay, that's where your waist is, its low slung. It's not, ladies, it's not there. It's higher up. Okay, so you see where I'm wearing my belt. Now, I actually want you to do this with me. So stop anything that you're doing. Put things down. Okay, besides your phone, if you're watching that. Maybe do it with one hand. Hold your phone, watch, and then follow with me. I want you to put your hands at your narrowest point. I'm going to take this belt off. I'm going to demonstrate. In fact, I'm going to be doing on and off anyway, because I'm going to be demonstrating some things. But I want you just to feel where your narrowest point is. Okay, can you feel that? That is your waist, not this. So yes, if we were going to define this, if we were going to put, if I say, as an example, it's going to put this here, well, yes, it's going to place all the emphasis right where I don't want it to be. I mean, that's one of the things that we're excited about with higher waisted pants, right? Because we want to kind of either go a little bit above, we want to go a little bit above it. So what you want is you want to emphasize this. Okay, this is your narrowest point. So why would you not want to emphasize that? And I know I can already hear some women saying, well, Tracy, I don't have a waist, or I don't know where my boobs end and my waist begins. That is a thing. I have some tips for that too. Or it's just all one, I tend to carry all my weight there, so it just all feels like one big block. And I hear you. So yes, there are different ways. Remember what I said in the beginning of the video? All these, one tip isn't going to work for absolutely everybody, or one way of defining your waist isn't going to work for everybody, but defining your waist itself does work for everybody. So I work with a plus size designer. Her name is Haley Joy. If ever you haven't heard about her, go and check her out. And she's actually a very good friend of mine in South Africa. And the reason why I'm telling you about her is because she makes clothes for plus size women, and she uses this same principle, because we need some shape here. You can see here with Jacqueline. Okay, so here you can see, look at the difference when she's wearing very baggy, very voluminous to try and cover up. And yes, she's wearing skinny jeans, so she's showing off her legs, which is great. She's got gorgeous legs. But can you see the difference in her shape when she has shapely clothing? Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go and wear any kind of shapewear, because I'm not a huge fan of that. Man, it's been hot. Can you imagine wearing shapewear right now? I would be boiling if I was going to wear something like that. So I'm not a huge fan of telling women, oh, always wear shapewear. Listen, if you want to wear them and you want to use them for a special occasion, or there's a dress that you want to wear, but I just can't see women wearing them all the time. I remember my mother wearing them, trying to get these, we used to call them girdles in those days. Do you remember those? The girdles, trying to get them on just to wear a pair of jeans. I don't believe in that. And it was that was the time, right? So I understand that's what we did in the time. We don't need to do that now. In fact, we've got all kinds of jeans that have got support and pants that have got support. I mean, all kinds of tricks that we can use. So what I want to really emphasize with Jacqueline's makeover is that defining your waist is very important across the board. Okay, so now I'm just going to take her out of there. Now, there are a couple of different ways that you can define your waist. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to wear something super tight. So as an example, I'm actually wearing this shirt. This is an unusual shirt for me, let me just tell you, because I don't wear oversized things. If any of you have seen me on QVC, I've often spoken about the fact that, I'm not a fan of oversized, and I'm also petite. I'm pretty short. So oversized can be very overwhelming for a short woman. But this particular shape actually works because it fits nicely here. It's not very voluminous here. And then it gives some shape to the body. Can you see that? That's what we're looking for. Now, sure, and if you've seen me on QVC before, you'll know the hosts always go, oh yes, you're going to belt it, because yes, I'm going to belt it. So I'm a huge fan of belts. I know a wide belt doesn't work for everybody, but it works for a lot of women. So you can take something that doesn't have that much shape. You may have some things in your wardrobe that you love, that you really love the fabric of, you love wearing it, you love it, and now you listen to me and you're thinking, oh no, now what am I going to do with all those things in my closet? Don't worry, just get yourself a wide belt and put it on, but make sure, ladies, make sure to go into the waist here. You see, that's what you want to do. You want to define the top part of your waist. You don't want to go here. That's not going to do the trick, right? In fact, that's going to be the opposite. So what you want is to create this hourglass look. Do you see that? That makes such a difference. Now, I'm a huge fan of belts, and this is the reason, because it can take a shapeless item, it can take something that doesn't have that much shape and give it shape. But if you want to have things in your wardrobe that do give you shape, that still give you that free feeling, then what you're looking for is things that have an A-line effect. This is another example. So this is Stella, we call her Stella, my mannequin. So this top, you see, is not super clingy. There's nothing, it's not tight, it's not clinging to her, but it has that A-line shape. You see, it's got some shape, and the way it's cut is super flattering. But me, yes, I would want to put a belt on it. I would, and I do. So I'm going to actually put a belt on Stella. Here we go. Stella, let me just, I love it when she helps us out. Here we go. This is the top that I absolutely love wearing. And listen, you may have some things in your wardrobe that you can just put on and just do this trick with. It's not necessarily about going out and buying a whole bunch of things. It is, see, Stella's actually got a smaller waist than me. Even though she just has different proportions. But you see what I mean? Look at how that gives it that definition. Look at how it gives that waist. Now, why is this so important, ladies? Why does this hide the belly? Well, it's all about disguising. It's all about magic tricks. Remember, the title of this video is Magic Tricks that are going to help you disguise your belly. This is what it does. When you draw attention to here, right, to your narrowest point, it de-emphasizes this. It draws the eye to this point and away from here. Now, I know when we initially, sometimes when I'm having a bloated day, which happens pretty frequently, the last thing I feel like doing is putting on a belt. But I have to tell you, I put on a belt and I'm amazed with how it makes my belly disappear. It makes it disguised. It doesn't emphasize it, right? And if I'm really not feeling like a belt, well, then I can just wear something like this. But make sure that it has some shape. You can also do a half tuck. You can do a whole bunch of different things. And of course, there are masses of amounts of tips that I can talk about and I will talk about, but not all in today. So let me give you a moment. I just want to see here. Laurie says the A-line works well for me, but the belt only emphasizes my poochy belly. Okay, thank you so much for that, Laurie. So my first question would be for you is that where are you wearing the belt? Because if you are wearing it too low, then it will actually do that. And sometimes it's about playing with the kind of belt that you're wearing, because that's important. Now, I love this kind of belt, but sometimes if you don't have much of a waist, okay, so if you are more of a block, in fact, I don't have much of a waist, which is one of the reasons why I actually do this, which is one of the reasons why I emphasize my waist, because I'm pretty much up, straight up and down. But let me just say that if you are quite, if you have a wide rib cage and there's not much definition, sometimes putting a wide belt there is just going to emphasize that. That's not going to necessarily work. So what I'm doing here, this is the belt. I am actually working on a belt collection, but that's just sideline. Look at the difference here. So this one has part of the width on the one side, and then it has the narrow part on the other. And this can move around, so you can work with a narrower piece. Look at how do you see how that does there? And then this gets wrapped into here and goes down here. This is just a sample I'm playing with at the moment. In fact, I'd love to know what you think about it. It'll be helpful. Let me know in the comments. But you can see that that can create a different look. So it gives you a little bit of the width there and then less here. And so, Laurie, that's something you may want to try. Play around with different belts and see if it works for you. You could also even try something that's less of a big belt and something a little narrower. I've definitely done that as well. Let me just show you. In fact, I've used this one in QC so many times. I think it's like, they'll go, oh yes, there's that belt. You could use a narrower belt. And sometimes this really works. You can play around. But like I say, Laurie, if the A-line works for you and the belt doesn't, wear the A-line. It's absolutely fine. Of course, what's also going to make a difference is what pants you're wearing on underneath it, what skirt, what kind of band is going to make a difference. Even girls get this, your bra is going to make a difference. Your bra is even going to make a difference because where your boobs hang is going to determine whether you have much of a waist to define. So if you're wearing them too low, if you don't have a proper supportive bra, or you're wearing the wrong size bra, which many of us are doing, then it may not prop them up where you want them to be, and that could make a difference. So there are so many different tips and different ways that you can do it. Let me just see. Teresa, hey, great to see you. Great to see you, Alexandra. It's all about shape. Bridget says, love it and great after pick. Yeah, you know, it just shows you how this kind of principle can work. It really is important, whatever you do, to give yourself some shape. As I was saying to you before, my friend that's a plus size designer, her and I often have these conversations because I love learning from her. And she just, you know, her clothes have that bit of shape here and then flare up. So what that shape looks like for each individual woman is going to be different because you are uniquely different, right? All of us are uniquely different, and it's all about finding out what works for us. So that being said, if you are wanting to learn some more, I'll just tell you quickly, if you are wanting to learn some more, because there are a whole bunch of things I can teach you. This is just a tiny little, you know, this is just a little teaser of what it is that you can learn and how you can disguise your belly without wearing shapewear. So if you do want to learn more, I actually have a free workshop coming up on August 16th. That's on Tuesday night. It is online. And the difference between the workshop and just these videos that I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to share some basic tips with you, and then we're going to do them together. So I'm going to invite some women who are in the workshop to come on live with me on Zoom, and we're going to workshop it out. So for instance, here where Laurie was saying, oh, Tracy, I just don't, you know, the A-line works for me, but the belt doesn't. So I would invite Laurie to come on and say, okay, let's try some belts. Let me see how you're tying your belt and where it is. And hey, if it doesn't work, we'll deal with something else. Whatever her big style question is around her belly. So that way you get to learn from each other and you get to see each other. Because the thing is, ladies, you know, I'm one woman, I'm one size, I'm one height, I'm one body shape. And I know that many times women say, oh, well, easy for you to say because you're this. Well, we're all different. And so if we see a variety of women using similar principles or learning how to dress for their body shape, it can create some inspiration, and also you can learn from them, because maybe you have a similar body type to somebody else in the workshop, and it will be very helpful for you. I'm aware that I can only show you so much that you will relate to, right? On me. So I don't want to just model and go, oh, wow, look at me, this is what I'm looking at. No, I'm a personal stylist. For me, it's about teaching you how to be the best version of you, not how to be another me. Because I've got to be me and you've got to be you. And it's about dressing your body shape and learning to love what you have, because it really is possible. It really is possible, ladies. So listen, the workshop is free. You can just actually, in fact, I'll put this in the comments. I'm not sure if it's going to work on Facebook. It's a little, I know that I've definitely put this in the comments or in the description section of YouTube. So if you want to go into the description box on YouTube, otherwise you can go to TracyGoldFashionTips.com. So my name is spelled as it is on the screen. It's Tracy, gold is in the color, fashiontips.com, and it will be on there. Also, after this broadcast, I will put the link inside of the comments on the various places that I've posted this, so that you can link to there. It's on Eventbrite. All you need to do is register. So you will need to register in order to join. And be a little open to coming on camera with me. So we won't have a chance to do that with everybody, but I will choose some ladies to come on camera with me, obviously ladies that are volunteers, and we will learn about this together. Because I've got so much to share with you ladies, a lot, that I'm really excited. I'm really excited to share with you. So I'm hoping you're going to join me again. That is August 16th. That's on a Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. and that's Eastern time. So hopefully some of you can join me. I really look forward to it. If you are watching this in the replay, feel free to put your comments and your questions. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I'm happy to answer as many as I can possibly get to. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. I had such fun, and I'm hoping to do this regularly. So let me know if you would love to hear more tips. Put it into the comments and on Facebook or on YouTube. It is going live on Facebook and on YouTube. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear about, what tips you'd like to hear about. I've had things like how to dress fashionably without looking like you raided your daughter, granddaughter, or mother's closet. So that's what I'm working on. How to figure out the perfect pair of jeans for your body shape in 2022. Because hallelujah, very excited that there are more jeans now available. So many more different shapes, but now it makes it really confusing. Like, how do you figure that one out? So I've had that one, and then also how to dress taller for petites. I've had a lot of women saying, Tracy, I really want to learn how to dress taller because I cannot wear high heel shoes anymore. I can't wear painful high heels. And I don't know about you girlfriends, but I'm 48 and I live in New York City and I'm a subway girl. I take the subway and walk a lot. I do not have the patience to be walking in uncomfortable shoes and to just navigate that. It just doesn't work for me. So I've worked out a lot of ways to look taller, even wearing flat shoes, and I've helped my clients do so as well. So I'll be sharing some tips on that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. So feel free to put some ideas, any content ideas, any tips that you would like to hear on live here on Facebook and on YouTube. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Put your questions in the comments as well. Love to connect with you. If we are not Facebook friends, send me a Facebook friend request. I do get to those every couple of days, so feel free to do that. I hope to see you soon, ladies. Join me at the workshop. So Tracy Gold Fashion Tips, the way it's spelled on the screen, tracygoldfashiontips.com. It's free. You can register. It's going to be super fun. You're not going to want to miss it. Take care, ladies. Till next time.